Now the camcorder is charging. I did empty the memory card as I'm still uploading. It's 12 news. There's a lot of annoying sounds also. They're cutting the grass and drilling and making all kind of noise. So maybe now the sunshine, that means the temperature will get up very fast in my apartment. It's been 30 degrees hot the last 100 days. So now the temperature will get up a lot now because now the sun is shining. So the temperature will get up the next 4 or 5 hours to like 4 or 5 p.m. It will be 30 degrees hot, so that's a little bit different. I have a big weight. I have a body weight problem, so I don't like it super hot. I like it feel a bit cool. My body weight is super high. But the sun is burning down every day. So maybe I think let's record a bit more, but I think we have to wait for the evening. We have to wait to go home from work, stop cutting grass, stop drilling and making noise. The handymans, they're making a lot of noise now. So and the empty containers, they have some big semi-truck empty recycling containers every day, make a lot of noise. But they have to do that, like I have to get my coal and food, they have to cut the grass and empty the recycling. The handyman, they need to do their work. And the sun keeps shining. Some have a nice day outside. The sun is shining. Some have a very good day. In the sun they're going to cafe and drinking coffee and eating. And they have a nice day. They take a walk in the forest, go to the beach. So I cannot let it's difficult to finish this video because my life is like this every day, but I just try to continue, and this video needs to be many, I don't know how many parts, could be 40 parts or 2000 parts. So I not give up. I don't like to give up, make this video. Of course we need the automotive industry in the whole Europe. So we cannot just say no, that's enough for now, because we not even look the automotive industry in the Europe. Slight problem with my camcorder. I'll just try to adjust my camcorder a bit. So we got to the Czech Republic, Czechia, and of course they have the Skoda brand. So the automotive industry in Czechia is super large. That's 35% of the Czech economic. So if you have some kind of war in Europe against Russia and NATO, this kind of automobile plants will be a target. All these drones. Russia is making tens of thousands of drones with bombs. Big drones, big cheap drones with two-stroke engines, like lawnmower engines, 2 strokes, cheap engines, tens of thousands, 100,000 of drones. They're making 1,000 drones, 1,000 drones every day. So we cannot have any war in Europe. They have to stop this war in Ukraine somehow, because this war in Ukraine can ignition a larger war in Europe. So, but let's continue this. So the automotive industry is very sensitive to global politics, global wars, and energy crisis and economic crisis, because automotive industry only make the number of cars the consumers are buying. They're not just producing millions of cars. Nobody is buying, because this cost a lot of billions of dollars to make these cars. So they only make the cars people are buying. So if the car sale drops like 90% in Europe, because we have a big war in Europe, that will not be good for automotive industry. If the car sales drops 90% in Europe many years, because we have tens of thousands of missiles and drones attacking all kinds of stuff in Europe, and war refugees, and no electricity, and no food and no water. So they have to stop this wars. So that's super large. The Czech, they have the Skoda brand, of course, and we're going to read about Skoda. So let's go to Finland. Finland not really have large, but I have this list. You can find it here, list of countries by motor builds productions. You can find all the countries. I think you find Finland down in the bottom somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere down in the bottom. But we have to try continue this. Automotive in Croatia. I forgot to close this. Let's close this. Finland. Oh, what is this? That's what we are going through. This automotive industry by country. So what I just opened, I don't know what I just opened. So Finland don't have a way. I think I did open the wrong one. They have a car factory making 100,000 cars, Mercedes-Benz, and so they have a automotive industry in Finland. But 100,000 cars every year, that's not many. So we have to look down at the bottom. Finland, we got down here, Finland 22,000 cars. But they make 100,000, but that's many years ago. That was 2019. 2020 they make 100,000, but now they not do that anymore. Now the number is much lower. That was 100,000 2019. But then we have this coronavirus. We have this COVID-19, the coronavirus epidemic in the world, and this kind of coronavirus virus epidemic, that of course have impact the automotive industry a lot, because because people are getting afraid and worried about the future, then they're keeping their money on the bank accounts. And that's France, and France, of course, France are famous car country. I can barely say that. No, France have 100 years history of production of automobile and cars. I have this famous Citroën, Peugeot, Renault brands I not read about yet. I like to read about. I have this Stellantis owns Peugeot, Citroën. This DX, that's a luxury brand, maybe below Citroën, like Toyota, Lexus, Renault Group. So France have a 100 years history of automobile industry, more than 100 years, and they still probably have many large automobile factories. But I'm going to read this later. They are 11 largest manufacturers in the world by units. So France is really big. France is number 18 on the list, but they have dropped a lot because this was last year was 2023 was 1.5 million. So they're not 11 anymore. They are even lower than about 20. Because these numbers are old in many these articles. But that's not so important. Because just reading about the automotive industry. So to say how many. Says about 6.5% of the industry income, so they make a lot of money from the automobile industry. They have this large one, the Peugeot, Citroën, Renault. They have all Bugatti, microcars. They have all kind of stuff. So they have the old car from France, look like horse wagons. That's Renault. In old style, it look like horse wagons with engine on. Before like 1890 to 2000, 1910. Cars that look like this. To like, yeah, that's 1903. Now it looks more, they had some stuff on top of the car, but it still looks little bit like horse wagons. So that it looked like that from 1819 to 1910. So now we 1912. They start to look more than, but that more than 100 years ago, we are 2025. So they look, some are still driving. Some cars that's like 100 years old, but that's real antique cars. That's not classic cars. It's like from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even the 90s. But the old antique car, that's cars that's like 100 years or 50 years old or 75 years old. So this car is 100 years old, 1925, 100 years old. Many are still driving. They have some own these old cars, like 80 years old, they're still driving. Because they have maintained that's 1936, that's like soon 90 years old. Next year is 90 years old, this one. That's probably super expensive car, this one. So cars in the 30 looks very nice, look like this. So close to 90 years old. Cars in the 30s are 80 or 90 years old. So some car owners own car like this one. But that's super expensive. That's for a rich person, like someone like this have many millions of dollars. They're buying these cars just for fun, like toy cars. They have many hundred of millions. Get this Citroën, so that's long, even 1940, that's many years ago. So that's a nice car. That's this Citroën DS or Citroën, something called Citroën Palace. Citroën Palace. This is one. It really look like American cars from the 50s. So we have all kind of Renault is space. That's MPV with like 7 seats. I'm going to read about car like this. They still make it. Now something wrong. So let's close it down because now my computer's a little weird. But we're looking the automotive industry in France, not looking Citroën or anything. So France have a long history of car manufacturing. The Peugeot, Renault, Opel, no, not Opel, is German. Peugeot, Citroën and Renault. Renault Megane. But now we're going to, in the future, we're going to have all these electric cars. So that's car production in France. Look at 1919, 3.7 million. That did drop to like less 3 million to year 2007. It dropped below 3 million. And then even dropped, even the next few years, and then now it's below 2 million. Year 2012, and the numbers keep dropping. Then it got up a bit. And then the car production dropped a lot from like, but that got the COVID-19, this coronavirus, year 2000. Now last year the car production got up again, 2023, 2024, we don't know yet. So look at that, that's because we have this COVID-19. Now I dropped my plastic stick below my bed, I have to find it. I need to find my plastic stick, because I use it to all kind of stuff. Oh, it's here, my plastic stick. That's a plastic stick from the blinds, like this one. Plastic stick like this one. This one is broken, so I cannot really close this. I need to buy a new one. No, I did buy it from China, from Temu. I got another plastic stick. I got this very cheap, like $2 one pack. I use it for my video to expanding a bag like this. This is pool noodles. Pool noodles for swimming pools. Call it pool noodles. Pool noodles. Pool noodles. You can use it if you have a big plastic bag. You can make it. I'm trying to make a big shelter plastic bags for homeless. You can sit sleeping. Or you can use it for a big bag like this. You can expanding. If you have a big bag like this. A very large bag like this. You can make a kind of tent for expanding the tools. Make kind of small tent. Small tent tools. Something like this. So that's what I'm using my pullers. You can see that you can make kind of small tent inside. Put the pool noodles inside. If you're a homeless person, you can sit sleeping on a pavement. Make your own tent go carry like this. Have a bag, or you could put it on your back, and then if you need a shelter, you put it on here. Now you have a small shelter. So then you have a small shelter tent. So that's what I use my pullers. So I need to designing a bag, a large bag you can use as emergency shelter and a carry bag. So that's why I have this. You can make it different. That's something you sleep. You sleep in a tent. You have this mattress. I have it on my floor. You can put this inside this mat, and then you can take it out. You have a small bed with pool noodles. So that's why I have plastic sticks, because I need something that's light and cheap, and can bend without breaking. trying to make a tent bag for homeless. Try to make a cheap shelter tent bag for homeless. But these pool noodles are very good because they can floating. These pool noodles are soft and cannot break. They're not breaking. Like in a tent you have this to keep the tent up. You can use the same like this one. This pool noodles. You can make a tent. This glass fiber. You can do like this. You can use this pool noodles, something like this, to make a small shelter. This can floating. So I think if you have 4 pool noodles, 4, 6, can keep your body weight up the water maybe. So for now the sun shines. That means the temperature getting up very fast. Need to clean my nose and get something to drink. But I think we have to continue later in the evening. But I've made some new video. I'll not stop now and stop when the camcorder's out of power. I'll stop. No, we have many millions of homeless living on the streets. So I'm trying to designing a cheap tent bag for homeless you can carry and use as an emergency shelter. But I don't have the money. Just buy some big umbrellas for the homeless can use. I'm going to buy this large. There's some very large umbrellas. This is super large. That's like my size. Because some homeless using the umbrellas on the pavement, because you have many, like in the United States, you have many thousands of YouTubers that are using the homeless and drug users living on the streets that use it as content to their YouTube channel. They drive around in this big American SUVs with air conditioning and recording out of the video the homeless living on the pavement in tents and sleeping on the ground in the paper boxes, and the drug users stoned by fentanyl. They're bending over like this. The drug users on fentanyl standing on the pavement, standing like this. They're standing on the street like this. The fentanyl bent. So many YouTubers use it on the YouTube channel. They're drive around in these big cars. Video recording out the windows, the homeless people, and put it out on YouTube. And the drug user know that they use these large umbrellas. They use these large umbrellas to cover the view. When they're sitting like in Kensington, Philadelphia, Kensington, it's an infamous area, a lot of drug users. You have YouTubers driving around every day, filming this, video recording this poor people.